Hey there, maths fans. Going to look at mean, the average, the mean average of a set of data. So, to calculate the mean, we have two steps. First of all, add all the values in your set of data together. And then secondly, divide that answer by how many values there are. Let's look at an example. So, here's a set of data, 1, 6, 8, 5, and 10. Step 1, we're going to add all those values together. So we do 1 plus 6 plus 8 plus 5 plus 10. And that gives me 30. Then I'm going to divide by how many values there are. Well, in this case, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers there. So I'm going to divide by 5. Okay, so step 1, add everything together, press equals, and then divide by how many there are. So we get 30 divided by 5, and the answer here is 6. And always look at your answer. When we're talking about an average, we're looking at a value that's going to sort of represent all of this data. If I got an answer bigger than 10 or smaller than 1, I know it's not right, because it has to be somewhere in the middle of these values, roughly. Okay, so if it's bigger than your biggest value, smaller than your smallest value, you know you're wrong. Here, 6, somewhere in the middle of those numbers, no problem there. So, add them all together, press equals on your calculator, and then divide by how many there are. Let's just show that on a calculator. So we'll put in the numbers 1 plus, let's put it over here, put in those values, 1, add 6, add 8, add 5, add 10. Now this is where people go wrong, is they try and skip a step and they divide by 5 now. Let me just show you what happens when I divide by 5 here. So I've added them all together, then divided by 5, but it gave me an answer of 22. That can't be an average here. It's bigger than my biggest value. So what's your calculator done there? Well, your calculator has done the 10 divided by 5 first, because it follows BODMAS. Okay, so when you're using your calculator, what you need to do is not divide by 5 there. You must press equals, get that total value, and then you can do your answer divided by 5. And now we've got 6, the correct answer. So just be very careful when you're using your calculator and mean. Don't just type it all in and then divide by 5, or divide by whatever. Okay, let's have a look at another example. So here we've got the heights of a group of children. 106, 109, 115, 96, 130, and 101. We want to know the mean. So yet again, step 1, add all those values together. And when we do that, we press equals. Don't skip a step, press equals, get the total. 657 there. Then we take that and we divide it by how many there are. Well, here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heights, 6 children. We divide by 6. So 657 divided by 6 gives me 109.5. And that's it. Very simple. Add all the values together, press equals, and then divide by how many values there are. Count the number of items you've got, divide by that. Okay, here's 2 for you to try. Pause the video, have a go at these, and then I'll show you the answers, and you can see if you got them right. So pause now, and here are the answers. So the first one there, they added up to 300, so 300 divided by 4 gave you 75, and this was grams, or G. Number 2, they all added up to 37.95, then we divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we get 6.325. That's the mean. Add them all together, then divide by how many there are.